He's got bright rosy cheeks and a fluffy white beard with marshmallow walls and a big red chair. Santa's coming, Santa's coming,
And welcome back to Santa Has a Podcast, where we have stories and laughs and lots of joy about all kinds of fun things from the North Pole. So let's all get ready here, okay? Now, before we jump into all the fun, last week, when we left, we gave you a riddle. And I need to find out how many of you guessed the answer to the riddle. You know, let's make a merry moment to look back at that riddle. Here it is. I twinkle and shine. I'm hung with care. You'll find me glowing almost anywhere. I'm not a star, but I love to glow. What am I? You got an answer? Right. Yes, it's Christmas lights. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy that you got the answer. So many of you. I was watching you and checking on you, and saw all of you had these great answers and everything. Christmas lights are just very, very special. You know, and not only on the tree. Sometimes we hang them on the house. We put them all over the place. So it's really great. So, you know, I love a good riddle, you know, and so again, I thank you. And kind of like I said last week, you're my clever cookies. You know, thank you so much. Now let's jingle into this week's fun Christmas facts. I love Christmas facts. These are little things about Christmas to kind of tell you a little of the history or culture or things like that. Now, the first one is a Christmas fact all about my sleigh. Yes, Santa's sleigh is estimated to travel over 1,800 miles per second on Christmas Eve. Now, if that was a real aircraft or a real plane or something else like that, it would burn up. Yes, but Santa's sleigh is magic, and we're able to travel that 1,800 miles per second magically on Christmas Eve. Here's a second fun fact for you, the name Santa Claus. Now, most of you know me as Santa Claus, but before I was Santa Claus, I was sometimes called Sinterklaas. That was from the Dutch. But before that, they also had Kris Kringle, Père Noël, Boba Natale, Weihnachtsmann, and of course, it all started with St. Nicholas. So again, really unique. And in some areas, we also have Father Winter and Father Christmas, a lot of names for someone who gives away gifts to children and others. So it's a lot of fun. So those are some fun facts all about Santa and such. So anyway, fun facts are nice. They always jingle my bells a little bit. And right now we've got to zip over to Candy Cane Square because we have our correspondent over there, the lovely Chatter Snowglitz. Take it away, Chatter.
Oh, thanks, Santa. It sure is good to be here. It's snowflakes and sleigh bells over here. I'm Chatter Snowglitz reporting live from Candy Cane Square, where the reindeer are rehearsing midair flips and gingerbread men are dancing the gumdrop shuffle. Let's see what's happening today. First, Santa's sleigh got a Cocoa Power upgrade. It's a cup holder that keeps his mug toasty through every twist, turn, and rooftop landing. And big news at the Toy Workshop, we have something new, the Snowball Soft Gloves. They are warm, fuzzy, and approved by the Elf Snowball League. So say goodbye to chilly fingers. Snowball Soft Gloves are here. And this one will come as no surprise. Mrs. Claus won the Candy Cane Cookie Bake-Off again. I'm pretty sure she has won it every year since the beginning of Santa time. Way to go, Mrs. Claus. And new at the stables, Reindeer Snow Yoga. It's all about balance, breath, and frosty hoof poses. They are great examples of staying healthy. That's it. Reporting live with the sleigh bells ringing, I'm Chatter Snowglitz. Jingling out. Back to you, Santa.
Oh, thank you, Chatter. That's so great to hear all the different things. By the way, I might need some of those Snowball Soft Gloves to keep my fingers warm as we're flying on Christmas Eve. That's great. Well, now it's time to grab your cocoa and your crayons and things like that and settle in because I would like to invite all of you to follow me for a day. Would you like to do that? Everybody wonders, what does Santa do for a day? Now, some days I'm traveling and I'm checking on who's naughty or nice, but other days I'm just here at the North Pole, and this is a little bit about what my day is like. Now, the first thing in the morning when I wake up, I have to tell you the truth. My hair is pretty messy. I have pillow hair, and even my beard gets a little messy. I have pillow beard. So I have to take a shower, and I have to comb my hair, and I make my beard look real pretty. And see these little curls here? I make sure my curls are perfect, so I'm all happy and smiley, and I'm ready for taking pictures or visiting guests or whatever. Also, I have to look like I'm a man in charge because I'm in charge of all the elves. I have to go out and see them. So anyway, so I go in and I do my beard brushing, and I have peppermint polish that I put on, and for breakfast I have snowberry waffles. You ever had snowberry waffles? They are delicious. Yes, and of course, what else would it be without a little bit of marshmallow cocoa? And I love marshmallow cocoa, especially with the marshmallows on top. They're really good, you know. Anyway, so then I get done with all of that. I have to go do my elf check-in. So I've had breakfast. We're going to go down and check on the elves, see how they're doing in the workshop and everything. So I visit the toy workshop and find out what's going on. And my head elf comes over, Bernard, and he tells me what's going on. And he tells me about the day's toy quota, how everybody is doing. Then he takes me over to the supervisor. That's Elf Jingles. Now, Elf Jingles actually is the person that's in charge of all the elves on the assembly line. Bernard is kind of way up in the top manager, all the elves at the North Pole. And then once we get done with Jingles and find out what the quotas are going, that all production is going smoothly, if they're having any problems, if there are any shortages, they don't have enough wheels for the toy trucks or something like that, they let me know and we make sure we get that all straightened out. And then I might go over to research. Did you know that Santa has a research department at the North Pole? Yes, we have elves that research new toys. Example, how about a slime-powered pogo stick? I don't know how it works, but they told me that's what they're working on, a slime-powered pogo stick. And then they have special board games that you get to play, and they're making a board game that supposedly you'll be able to play it while you're on a trampoline. So it's a bouncing or bounce-tastic board game. So can you imagine bouncing on a trampoline, going up and down, and trying to play Monopoly or something? I can tell you that would be a challenge, okay? So once we're done with the elf check-in, then we go check on the reindeer and the sleigh and see how things are going over in the reindeer barn. And the reindeer do a lot of exercising. They're always, getting prepared for the reindeer games. And we have sleigh squats and jingle bell curls and reindeer races. The flying reindeer, they have to practice push-ups and Dasher. Dasher actually shows the other reindeer all kinds of special footwork to make it easier and better. Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen are at the front of the sleigh. And they are the real good ones at making the turns and such because they're very agile on their feet. So they show the other reindeer how to be agile and make it through obstacle courses and things like that. So it does make it kind of fun. Now, once we've checked in with the reindeer, I get to go to the fun part. I get to go to toy testing. This is where we take the new toys that have been designed by the elves and we test them to make sure that they're fun, they're exciting, that they're age appropriate. In other words, we make small toys for the little children and the babies. We make more advanced toys and cars and wheels and things like that for the bigger kids. But we have to make sure they're all safe also. So we check on all of those things to make sure that you have some great fun with the toys at Christmas and you're going to be safe too. So we have to do all of that stuff. And then we go to the workshop. We check on the maintenance of the equipment to make sure the assembly line's working good, that the wagons and things that the reindeer pull around with all the supplies and materials are working well, that nothing needs to be repaired. And, of course, by the time we're done with that, we have to grease the wheels on everything, make sure they're working good. And the biggest problem we ever have, though, is the ribbon machine. The ribbon twister, sometimes the elves get tangled in it. And so we need to bring in, you have an elf at home, right? A little tiny elf. We have to bring in the tiny elves. They get inside the ribbon machine and straighten it out. They fix it for us. So it's handy to have that. And then finally, I get cocoa time with Mrs. Claus. A chance to relax, have a hot cup of cocoa. We tell stories. We talk about what happened for the day. We laugh a little bit. And, just these are all part of the memories and the fun of working at the North Pole and getting everything ready. And why are we doing all of this? We do it for you. All the work that Santa and the elves do at the North Pole is for the children. We want you to have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. That's what we do. So we have a fun day. Wow, I didn't realize how busy my day was. And this is every day. I have a lot of work to do. I mean, lots of things to do, but I was wondering, how busy was your day? What did you do today? Did you go to school? Did you have some studying to do? You know, I hope you didn't have to have a test, but I know sometimes you have tests. But I know school is important, so I want you to enjoy that. And even the little ones that haven't gone to school yet, I hope you had a lot of fun today, because we learn every single day. Oh, and the other thing is I want to find out, and maybe I'll find out later, is did you do your good deed today? Because, that's very important. Did you set the table or did you do something special? Because that all reflects on our spirit meter. Okay? Well, now it's time to get a little jiggle and giggle and on fun type stuff. We got to go over to Rudolph. So, Rudolph, are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready, Santa.
What kind of photos do elves take?
Elfies! Okay, and what do you call an elf that sings?
A rapper.
Rap music?
Those jokes really slay me, Rudolph. Oh, my goodness. Right now, it's time to peek into the mailbag and find out what's going on in Mailbox Magic, okay? Here we go. We have a couple letters today from some of the kids, and we're going to probably also have some of the audio recordings that you give us. The first letter we have is from Rhett. Rhett is age 9 years old, and because 9 years old, gosh, he's probably, fourth grade now, that type of thing. Anyway, he says, Dear Santa, I made hot cocoa for my sister, and my mom let us watch a Christmas movie with marshmallows and the size of snowballs. Have you ever seen marshmallows the size of snowballs? Wow, that is really neat, Red. Thank you for that information. It was kind of neat that you made the hot cocoa, and I hope you didn't have a snowball fight, because if I had a snowball fight, you wouldn't see any snowballs made out of marshmallow. I'd eat them. Anyway, I have another letter. This is from Lila. Lila is 6 years old. She says, Dear Santa, I decorated my classroom cubby with candy canes, and I drew a picture of you riding a unicorn at recess. Wow, that's kind of neat. A unicorn, and I'm riding it at recess. Am I riding it on your playground where you play? Or am I riding it around your neighborhood? Where am I riding the unicorn? But I think that's really a neat idea, Santa riding a unicorn. Of course, the reindeer might get mad. They like me to ride them sometimes, But anyway, thank you for that lovely letter. By the way, Rhett and Lila, I want to let you both know that I'm going to try to get you something special, a special gift for Christmas Day, okay? So be good, and we'll surprise you with something special. Now I believe we got some audio messages that some of you have left on our website at Santa's a Podcast. So let's hear the first audio message. Start the tape.
Santa, how old are you?
How old am I? Wow. I think when I was counting, I tried to count how many years old I was, and I think I lost count around 555. I've been around a long time, But before me, there was a couple other Santas, and St. Nicholas started everything, and I just carry on the traditions of doing special things for all of you. But, Santa's job is, going from, I went from country to country, different worlds, different traditions. But now I try to bring gifts to everybody on Christmas Eve, so that Christmas Day, all the children are happy and they're on, you're recognized for being good. And that's the important thing. I bring you gifts if you're good. So you got to stay on the nice list. Keep that spirit meter up really high, okay? So let's hear another audio. We got another one from somebody. Let's hear what it is.
Santa, have you ever lost a present before?
Surprisingly, yes, I have. Oh, yes, I had a whole delivery. I was making a delivery. I got to a house, and I kept looking for the gift. And this was a special gift. A little girl had been told by her mom and dad that when she was 12 years old, she could have her ears pierced. And the gift for Christmas was to be her first set of earrings that she could wear for her pierced ears. but I couldn't find the earrings. I looked everywhere. I called up Barnaby. I was on the phone on my special sleigh phone talking to him. Where is it? I've checked the sleigh. I've checked my toy bag. And Barnaby kept saying, it's in the back. It's in the back. And I said, no, I've checked in the back. And then finally, I found out it was stuck in my belt on my back, right in the back of my jacket. Right on the edge of my belt, there was a little tiny envelope with the earrings for this little girl. So, yes, I have lost them, but guess what? We found them. That's the important thing. We never want to lose anything, okay? Well, thank you for your questions. Thank you, everybody. Remember, you can go online to Santa's a Podcast. Send us your questions. Maybe record a little audio and give us a question on your audio, okay? Thank you so much. Now, it's time for us to quiet down a little and see if we can hear that spirit meter and see if it's running. Wow, that sound is getting stronger and stronger, better than last week. You guys are really contributing a lot. Your good deeds and what you're doing to help others and be kind, those are really what makes the spirit meter keep building up and going higher and higher and higher. That is fantastic. Now, remember last week's good deed? We asked you about either setting the table or clearing the table without being asked. And I'm so happy that so many of you did that. I saw some of the work that some of you did, and it was really wonderful. I know your parents were very happy with you. I mean, you're good citizens, I guess we might call it, for doing those types of things. Anyway, now we got to talk about this week. Now I'm listening for that spirit meter. Do I want to hear it go up higher? Well, here's this good deed challenge for this week. Give somebody, anyone, a compliment. You know how to do that? You know, that's where you might say to your mommy that she looks pretty for the day. Or you might see a friend at school and you say, gee, that's a nice outfit you've got on. Or you did really good in the dodgeball game, or things like that. Compliments are our way of showing someone that we appreciate them, that we like them. And this is a way for you to show that you care and that you like someone or that you love someone by complimenting them. Can you do that? Think of something special you could do to compliment someone, you know? Okay, that's good. Well, I hear our spirit meter rising. Some of you are already thinking of things to do, and that's great. So get going on your jolly good deeds. We do appreciate it. I know your parents will appreciate it. You know, you could even compliment your teacher. Yes, sometimes they do things for you too. Well, my merry pals, that's all for today. But before we say goodbye, guess what? It's time for the Christmas cheer, the riddle of the day. Yes. Are you ready for it? I haven't forgot it this week. Okay. And see if you can crack this. You can guess the answer to this riddle before next week. Okay. Here's the riddle. I'm round and shiny. I hang on a tree. I come in many colors. What could I be? This is a real simple one. Very easy. I'll bet a lot of you are already figuring it out, but I'm going to repeat it one more time. Here it is. I'm round and shiny. I hang on a tree. I come in many colors. What could I be? Now, if you got the answer to that, save it. Don't do anything with it. When I come back next week, I'll give you the answer. Let's see if you're right. Can you do that? Okay, everybody. Well, keep spreading the joy and kindness, everyone. And I'll talk to you next week right here on Santa Has a Podcast. Ho, ho, ho.
Santa's coming, Santa's coming.